Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. So if you've been following along, you know I've been building a turbo Coyote swap Fox body. So I've had a couple people contact me and ask me if the car's done. Well, yes, it's done. Done is a loose term because it's running. You know these cars are never completely done. But if you're just tuning in as well, you can go back through and see kind of how this car got to this point. But because I haven't made a video in a while, I'm just kind of showing where I'm at. It's running, and I'll kind of show you where the car's at and what I've done to it from this point. So let's take a quick look. And all right, as you can see, I've got the RC comp wheels all the way around it. I've got 17-inch fronts, and I've got the same 15 by 12 with 6.5-inch backspace and beadlock rims on the rear. So I've got this smooth front bumper. I've got it off right now, just because I was cleaning the car. You know, I put that new hood on it. But besides that, really the outside of the car has remained the same since the first video I ever did on this car. I just cleaned it up a little bit. The paint is, I mean, it's the original paint. The car sat outside. If you watch the very first video I did of the Coyote Fox body parts list and price, kind of gives you a history of this car. But it doesn't look that bad, you know, from where it came from. All right, if you can see from this side with the On3 kit, I opted for the fender exit. You can see it up there, and then I've got the Motion Raceworks parachute mount, stroud chute, and all that. I'll go ahead and show you under the hood, and then we'll go inside the car and kind of take a look at it. All right, I've still got a lot of cleaning up to do under the hood. I just got all this stuff kind of sitting there because I wanted to get the car running. But you can see I've got the Team Z tubular front end. You can see the On3 kit. Don't worry about some of my jankety stuff I gotta fix. But it's got 2100cc or 2150cc injectors. They're a little bit big, but the Holly can tone them down. I put them in there because I'm eventually going to start building a built motor, and I didn't want to have to upgrade the injectors later. It's got the Contour dual fans. I think you can, you know, get those off Amazon for like $98. And then, as you can see, the full stainless. The wiring kind of looks like a rat's nest, but again, I just wanted to get it running, so I'll fix that later. Let's go ahead and take a look on the inside. All right, so as you can see, interior's pretty much done. I need to replace some panels and all that, but again, I'm not that worried about that. Car doesn't, it's not a, you know, a show queen. I built it to drive, so I'll fix those and make them nice later if I ever get around to it. But you can see the cage is done, and if you haven't followed along, you can go back on some of my videos where I show you how I installed this Team Z 8-point cage. Still can't get over how easy this cage was to install. It's a 8-point, you know, 850 certified chrome moly cage. So props to Team Z on such a really nice cage. So you can see I've got the Kirky seats. I've got the Holly 12.3 Pro Dash. I still always like to keep, you know, mechanical oil and water. Even though the Holly does that, I like to have a backup. And then down there is where I keep, you know, the computer and all that stuff. Kind of go to the back. I'm not done with it. They're just sitting in there, but I've got the Scott rod, you know, rear seat delete. Got the battery, you know, and the fuel cell back there. So hopefully that kind of answers some of the questions some guys or gals have hit me up about of how the car's doing. So I'll put a link in the description to this kit and some of the other parts, but probably mainly this kit. I've had a lot of people ask me, you know, how hard was the kit to put on, and honestly, from the time the hot side arrived to the time I put it on, it's probably like 45 minutes. I mean, the kit was also made off this car. They used this car to kind of also prototype it, so take that for what it's worth. But The owner of On3's On3 Cobra that's got a Coyote swap with this turbo kit has been 860s, I think, at 158 on about 16 pounds. So the kit works. I haven't got any dyno numbers for this thing yet. When we went to the dyno, had a lot of new car troubles that we ironed out, so I never really got dyno numbers. I've been to the track once or twice, and again, I've had a lot of new car gremlins. Probably the best I've gotten right now in the 8th is like a 615 at 119 miles an hour. So it's still got a lot to go. That was on low boost. So I've got it turned up now. Everything's mostly ironed out. I got to get back to the track and start adjusting the suspension, because it's really almost the way it was when it was just sitting in my garage when I put it on. So I've got a lot of, now I've got the tune-ish, figured out. We've got all this stuff figured out. It's time to start adjusting the suspension. So again, if you're wondering about this kit, I had no issues whatsoever, and I know the owner on his On3 had no issues whatsoever. So take that for what it's worth. For the price of this kit, you really can't, honestly, you can't beat it. If you look at other kits out there, it's a complete stainless. The only modifications that I had to make was because I had the Team Z tubular front end. The On3 intercooler, I had to make brackets for it because it's made for a stock, front end. So that's the only real modification. Everything else went on there with the greatest of ease. So far, it's been a really fun car. As with everything and every new build, you're going to have little issues here and there, and I've had those. So now that I've got them worked out, it's time to get back to the track and see what the car will do. But let's go kind of take a ride, and I'll kind of show you what it does and how nasty it can be on the street a little bit, and then we'll go from there. Drives pretty smooth. I need to get the front end aligned. So the front end, the tires wobble a little bit, but So that's just a quick breakdown of where I'm at with the Coyote Swap Fox, turbo build. So as always, if you like what you see, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. I'm going to start actually going back to track and getting a lot of video. Hopefully get it ironed out, start trying to run some of those no prep events. So as always, stay tuned. We'll see you soon.